Hey guys, welcome to another video. On today's video, I will try to get an alignment on my 1990 Wagon, which I previously installed some wheel spacers on and some MR2 wheels. I already did some tweaking on the suspension, but I think I still need to do a little bit more. I need to adjust the height, and I'm going to quickly do that at work. I also swap the wheels from the front to the rear. I know I shouldn't have done it, but it's only half of an inch of a difference, and it looks a lot better with the rears in the front and the fronts in the rear. It looks a lot flush. It doesn't poke out as much in the rear, and I honestly like how it looks. I've got the wheels just not for too much performance. I just wanted the accessibility of having a wider range of tires that I can choose from, because with the 13s I'm very limited, and on top of the 13s being very limited, they're very narrow. So it was more as just aesthetics and just not to hurt my pockets on tires, or just the difficult task of finding decent tires, because the only tires I found they're really inexpensive, and I don't know if I trust them. And also the ride quality has improved like tenfold. Before the tires were so tall, and it was worse than like sitting on a waterbed. I don't know if many of you even know what a friggin' waterbed even feels like. 90s, cup of the 90s. I will also try to get an alignment, a front end alignment on my 2006 Corolla if I have enough time. I do still have to go to work, so I still have to do all that all day, and then hopefully I'll have enough time at the end of the day, and well, I'll just see you then. Alright, so I checked my car out. I swapped the wheels from the front to the rear because they were rubbing, and I'm gonna do an alignment. So now I just made sure all these bolts are loose, and then this one's definitely not loose, but the other ones are. And then I can leave these loose, but all these other ones here I can re-tighten, because the height was adjusted. So every time you adjust the height, you want to tighten it when it's on the ground. It's torque to spec, PFT. Alright, now I gotta do the front. So like the rear, I'm gonna tighten the lower ball joint, the lower control arms. Usually you just want to loosen them before you yes, you want to loosen them, put the car on the ground, then tighten it, because you don't want to ruin the bushings. But other than that, I'm gonna tighten these up, and I'm gonna set the heads up and do an alignment. Now I got the heads on the machine. I got the VIN number scanned, and I got all the specs here ready to go, and it's time to do an alignment. Bad toe. Everything's red. Positive camber. Wow. Wow. Alright, well. Alright, now all my alignment is in spec in the rear, so I'm gonna go to the front. Caster is okay. Actually, caster is really bad on the right side, but I'm not gonna adjust it. I'm just gonna recheck it and re-sweep. Give me a second.
like a little video game, but not. After this, I have to lock the steering wheel, make sure it goes straight, start the car, straighten the steering wheel, and then I can adjust the front toe. Luckily, the front camber is within spec. Yeah, the caster is out of spec, but who cares? Let's see. Ooh, look at that green. Eyeball the work right here. Should be straight. Alright. For some reason it's green now, but okay. Cannot adjust the specifications. Start engine, level the steering wheel, da 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 da. Did that already. I'm ready to go to do the front. Alright, so if you can see, the caster is off still, but I don't really care. The camber is close enough. Toe is good, camber in the rear is good. If it's green, hit the screen. If it's red, turn the head, you know? So, don't live by those words. You know, it gets you in trouble. So, we'll just print it for my own sake of saying that I did something today, because I didn't do anything today. Other than this. I have enough time to do the Corolla, my other Corolla alignment, because I usually keep it here at work, so I will cut to that. All right, now that I'm done with the wagon, I got to do an alignment on my 2006 Corolla. I got track day this Saturday, so I just want to make sure the alignment's good. And it's just a simple tow and go because you can't align the rear. It's a solid beam axle, so there's no adjustment, like unlike my wagon, which is full IRS. It's got McPherson front and rear. This one only has McPherson front. This one has like a bunch of suspension work done to it, poly bushings, extended ball joints, lower ball joint extensions like spacers, full BC coilovers that I built to spec. They're actually really crappy right now for what I want to do to it, but they will go really low to the point where you can't drive it and the car's on the ground. But I'm not into that right now, so I'm looking to try to get some Fortune autos. They don't make a top hat for the E20 body, but they don't make top hats for the rear for the E20, but I'll probably make some out of like BC ones or some shit. I don't know, something. So I'm just gonna get an alignment done on this thing. Shout out to my homie Diego. He's helping me out. He's been helping me out like behind the scenes a little bit, and just helping me set up everything. So this is my 2006 Corolla. Like I said earlier, I've done a few things to it. I've had it for a while. It's got a lot of shit, a lot of parts and money that I should have never ever invested into it, but I love this car. This car is awesome. It's reliable. It took me to school, took me to college. It did everything. You know, I've done everything with this car. Literally done everything with this car. So that's why it's become a long-term project, and there's going to be a lot more work done to it. Currently, I have a shifter getting made. Our buddy RZR Performance, Ricardo. Thank you for your shifter. Follow his channel. I'll put his channel in the description. He makes amazing shifters for MR2 Celicas and now the US market Corolla. That's straight bolt-on. You don't have to buy anything. It's literally like a TRD shifter from a Scion TC basically, but it's completely made out of aluminum. He's an engineer, I believe, and he's invested the time, the money, and you know, he's put the hours into making this possible, and I'm waiting. I'll put a little like a picture in here of the plate he made. It's a 1 of 6. Hopefully that will come in soon. He is located in the UK. He's originally from Spain, and he says he's gonna work on the shifter when he gets back to Spain and at his workshop. So hopefully that's gonna come soon. So like I said earlier, I'm just gonna do a toe alignment, front end alignment, because I'm not gonna mess with the camber. I'm pretty sure the camber is within what I want. I think it should be about 3 degrees, if maybe a little less. That should be okay. Alright guys, that was it. That's all my video. I hope you guys grabbed on everything that I was talking about with the suspension and stuff. It doesn't matter if you're cut springs, lower springs, full coilovers. You always want to make sure your suspension is set up right. And like I said, with the lower control arms and everything, you want to make sure everything's loose and tighten everything on the ground. You don't want your bushings to prematurely wear out. If you have like spherical bearings or polyurethane bushings, you don't really have to worry about that, because it's the bushing and the centerpiece are, well, specifically with the poly bushing, just the center part is free from the bushing, so it can freely churn. In a spherical bearing, of course, it can spin freely. But when it comes down to most typical bearings, they're fixed, and you don't want to tear the bushings prematurely, and then that's going to cost you more money down the road. On this car, I've changed all the poly bushings. Well, I changed all the bushings to poly, including the motor mounts, which was a terrible idea because I cracked my transmission trying to launch it. It was stupid. So now I need a new transmission case, but everything inside of it is still good. It hasn't blown up. It's a C60, knock on wood, somewhere. Yeah, and I hope you guys liked the video. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Show your mom, your dad, your brother, your little brother, your big brother, your cousins, anybody. And hope you guys see you on the next one.